I like its local focus. I think that's something that's really important to people in this town, and it's not just the equivalent of AP clips. You know, you're not just playing stuff from public radio nationally. You're doing your own programs, and it's important to us to hear those local voices.
Well, I just like the fact that the interviews, they don't seem scripted. So often you'll see someone interviewing someone, it seems like it's scripted, like they've already had the questions ahead of time, and the people are anticipating, hurry up, or whatever. But the interviews always seem so natural, and you actually cover a lot of good stories that are good for the listening people, without a doubt.
I like the variety of things that WUGA offers. It's my car radio, and there are a lot of folks that will say that, but I love getting in the car and being able to hear just whatever happens to be on. Classical music, that's wonderful. If it's a local artist, that's exciting. If it's a non-biased take on what's going on in the world, that is comforting to me to know that I can get that kind of perspective.
I'm not a TV person, so when I'm listening to something, it's my radio. And I appreciate local news. I've been in Athens since second grade. Let's see, 60. That's 1970. And I've been back and forth between Clark and Oconee County. And I like to hear my local news. And Athens is a music town, I guess you'd say. And so I appreciate, the connection y'all have with the music scene. What I believe Athens is about. And I like that you have your Friday night program, showcase musicians. So just want you to be around. I'm glad you've been here 25 years, and I want you to be around 25 more.
I love listening to the classical music. When I'm on the car, I turn it to the station and just listen and enjoy.
I love how you manage to expose the community to lots of different kinds of music. I love your world music programs. I just think that's really important.
When I came to interview, it was in the spring, and it was one of those changeable kind of seasonal things. Actually, I went through the whole day of interviews with a splitting headache, and so when the last interview of the day ended, I went back to the hotel room, kind of lie down on the bed for a while, recover before dinner time, and I twiggled the dial on the radio, and WUGA came on, and I said to myself, I can live in this place. They've got public radio. This is good.
When I first moved to Athens, this was 1989, I came here for graduate school, and I didn't have TV, so that's when I really got bonded with NPR and all of GPB radio and TV. So I didn't have cable, I should say. So that's when I really started listening to the public radio news, and I think it really helped me to be a more kind of thoughtful person because of the type of coverage that you would get from NPR versus the TV network news that I was used to watching before. So I've been a fan ever since, and particularly of this radio station. I like some of the local programming as well. I am a big fan of the various news and interview shows that you can get on the station.
I think it's pretty cool when you're just kind of riding in the car and you hear something on the radio and you're like, oh, that's a really cool song, and then you find out that it's somebody that you know, maybe a song that you didn't recognize. I'm like, wow, that sounded really pro, and I don't know, there's something, it seems different for some reason. It always has to me when you hear, a song from a band that you know well on the air.
My life would feel very empty if I didn't have WGA on in the background. It would be incredibly quiet, and what I like is the variety of program that WGA has, the tenor of the programs, and that there is often a mix of community news and events and interviews in addition to national news. So I would feel very lost without it.
Well, I can remember when WUGA came on air, because it came on air the same year that I came to the University of Georgia, and I can remember being so pleased that it went on air because I had lived in the mountains of North Carolina where I couldn't get any public radio stations at all. So when it came on, I was just thrilled because I wanted to hear Morning Edition and all the other different programs that were on during the day. And what I love about WUGA is you have such interesting talk shows, because I can actually sit at my desk at lunch and listen to fresh air. And so that's the way I kind of keep up on the cultural changes that are going on right now. So to me, WGA just sort of brackets my day. I listen to it coming in the morning, I listen to it at the end of the day, and I listen to it during lunch. So it's really part of my entire day in a way that I kind of keep track of what's going on in the world.
Good morning. This is WUGA, Athens. Now beginning regular broadcast operations. WUGA is licensed to the Georgia Public Telecommunications Commission and is a member of Peach State Public Radio. WUGA studios are located in and operated by the Georgia Center for Continuing Education. WUGA offers a variety of locally originated cultural and informational programming, as well as programs from state and national public radio networks. Thank you for joining us on this, our first day of broadcasting.
What don't I like about WUGA? It's my first place to go for news and information about Athens and the surrounding communities, and it's a wonderful resource for our community, and I can't imagine life without WUGA.